أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت سبع سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I recited Surah Baqarah, Ayat number 261. In this ayat, Allah tells us and persuade us to spend just for Allah, because it is so much rewardable that in minimum terms the reward multiplies by 700 times. So if you spend £1, $1, so the reward you will get 700 pound or $700, and that is a minimum limit, but Allah increases and multiplies it, and we don't know how much multiplier is that, so much that is uncountable. So we read this one, then we will be in a position to understand, inshallah. So Allah said, Masalul lazina, masal, example. Allazina, example of those people. So, Masalul lazina, example of those people. Yunfikuna, who spend. Amwalahum, their wealth. Fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah. Masalul lazina yunfikuna amwalahum fi sabilillah. Example of those people who spend their wealth in the way of Allah. Kamasali is this example is like that. Habbatin. Habba mean the seed or the grain. So when you just plant it in the soil, ambatat, then it will grow. Sab'a, 7, sanabila, spikes. So it will grow 7 spikes. So fi kulle sumbalatin, and from every spike, me'atu habba. Every spike will contain 100 grains. So total there are 7 spikes. It means every spike has 100. 7 times 100, 700. So it means 700 grains you will get. If you spend $1, £1, your reward will be 700 times. Wallahu, and Allah, yudaifu, multiplies. It means Allah multiplies more. Liman yasha, to those people whom Allah wants. Wallahu, and Allah, wasi'un. So, and Allah is all encompassing. So, widespread, Allah has everything. And Alim, Allah is all knowing. Because Allah knows everything. So, why Allah said Alim here? Because Allah knows inside the heart of a person when the person is spending the money, and Allah knows is that person is spending with purity or pretendence or with show off or with some desire or with some type of trick or cheating, and what is the intention inside the heart. So Allah knows that one, and on the basis of the purity, then the reward is multiplies more than 700 times. How much it may be, we don't know. Allah knows about that, but that is uncountable. Too much. This is the purity, how much we have. So in this ayat we understand that Allah persuades and motivates us to spend the money. We are not to keep it. We have to spend it. So because when we came in this world, we came with empty hand. And when we will leave this world, we will go also with empty hand. So whatever comes on our hand, so that is from Allah, and we have to spend that one according to the command of Allah. Then when we leave this world, we will be again with empty hand. So the things that comes on our hand are in our control, that we must treat all that according to the command of Allah, because that command we received through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the good, beautiful example for us. If we follow completely, then there is no problem. We can get the reward more than 700 times. Even we don't know how much uncountable reward, based on the purity of our heart when we are spending something. So this way, but the condition is that when we spend just for Allah, so that must be rizq halal. So it must be halal earning, not haram earning, or not the earning was not taken from the haram resources. That must be from the halal. You know, mostly we have the sadaqat, like sadaqat wajiba and sadaqat nafla. It means the sadaqah that we give that is compulsory for us, like zakat, ushur, fitrana, sadaqah fitr, or sadaqah like when someone is just to pay for compulsory, this one's zakat, ushur, fitrana. So this is called sadaqat wajiba, and the other is sadaqat nafla. Nafla mean the nafl optional, like optional. So here is Allah said fi sabilillah, just for Allah. So anything you can spend just for Allah, this is mostly the sadaqat nafla, the optional spending. So this may be like you have to spend just for your relatives, and we call it sularemi, and just you can spend this one for the poor people who are needful. You can spend for the orphans. You can spend for the masakin. You can spend for the people who are disabled and they are needful, and you have to spend that one for the widows, and you have to spend that to make the projects just for the people welfare, like hospitals, schools, masjid, madrasa, and even the water pump, even the road just for the people, helpful for them. Even you can open up a library just for reading of Islamic literature for the people also. Even if you feel that your neighbor or some other people who are ill and need the medicine, and you can give them. Even you can look at the needful people, you can give them. Some of your friends or relatives or neighbors, if they have no money to pay the fees for their school or madrasa, and they need the books, you can buy for them. Even if they have some people hungry, you have to give them food for eating and drinking. And similarly, if you are spending money just for your wife and children, that is also a sadaqah just for Allah. You can get the reward of that. Even if you feel some person is to owe money, it means the person is to pay money, is debt. So then you have to, and person has that person has not able to pay that one, and you have to pay the money how much the person owes, then you will get the reward of that one also. Similarly, if Islamic government, that is like people they are in jihad, you need to spend money just for the jihad, that is also a cause of Allah, and just jihad fi sabilillah. And similarly, like the Muslim army, you need to help them, that is also just for Allah. Even you can see just in fasting month, if you give even something to the people who are fasting, something to eat at the time of fast breaking time, so you can get the reward of that also. The best way is the other one, like for example, if you are shopkeeper, and on your shop, like for example, the person who comes to buy the things, you know the person, that this person is poor, and that person is maskeen, and that is widow, or that one a really needful person, and you can make concession to that person, whatever is the price, but you can reduce as much as you can to the people who are needy, who are widows, who are orphans, or who are poor people, or maskeen, and disabled, or who you know these people they need, then you can make concession how much you can make it, that you will get reward, because Allah said Wallahu wasi'un alim. So Allah has knowledge, alim, Allah is alim, Allah knows whatever you are doing, your all actions are recorded, and Allah knows about that one, and the reward of your reward is also is in addition, Allah is keeping that one at the day of judgment. You will get the reward when you will enter into Jannah, inshallah. So this way, so these are the things, like you have to pay. Even you can see some people is working just for the spread of deen, and you have to help that person also. And this way, even Prophet ﷺ said, if you are just to give one date to a person, the reward of that, it becomes so much big, like the Uhud mountain. So you can see how much is. And also it comes in one hadith also, that a person who is just to help the other people, and then he or she say that, look, I am helping you, I am doing a favor to you. So saying these words will destroy all the benefit, all the reward of spending. So this way, when you spend something, you forget, just for Allah. This is just you are giving that one not to the person. You think that because this is Allah said yunfikuna amwalahum fi sabilillah. You are giving that one fi sabilillah just for Allah. You are giving that one to Allah, not to the person. But before you have the person, but you are giving to the person, actually you are giving to Allah. So this is the thing. So if you are giving to Allah, then how is possible you say, oh Allah, I am helping you, astaghfirullah. So this is like that. If you are helping to the person and say the person, I am helping you, this is in fact you are giving to Allah, and you are saying to Allah, astaghfirullah. So this is no need to say to that person that I am favoring you, I am helping you, I am doing this. No need to say. Just forget and say in your heart that you are giving that person just for Allah. If the other person is receiving and accepting that one, you must be thankful to that person, that the person accepted your sadaqah, accepted your spending, so just for Allah. So that is rewardable, because you are the person, if you have purity in your heart, because you are helping the people just for Allah, so Allah will give you reward of that. So sadaqah is very important. All the troubles, they are removed from you, and even if you go to the grave, sadaqah will help you there also. At the day of judgment, from the torment at the day of judgment, sadaqah will remove that one from you also. And sadaqah is the best thing. And a person who is generous person and give the more sadaqah, that is the person, blessed person. And you can understand that the generosity is a tree, like whose roots are in the paradise, and whose branches are spread all over the world. If you are just to collect to the branch of the generosity in this world, so that tree will take you to the paradise because its roots are in the paradise. So this way, similarly, like the if a person who is not spending and doing the bukhul or you can misery, so the misery is a tree whose roots are in the hell, and but its branches are spread up in the world. And some people, they become miser, they become have the bukhul, and they become miser. They are not to spend but to keep it. And those people, and they are the people who collect to the branches of the misery plant. And because this plant whose roots are in the hell, and this plant takes them to the hell also. So this way is we have to spend money just for Allah, and Allah will give us more and more. And 700 times Allah said in this ayat, and like Allah said, kamasali habbatin, the example of that person who spends for Allah, and the example is that habbatin mean like a seed, ambatat, which is planted in the soil, sab asanabila, and there is it is grown from one seed, and the 7 spikes are grown, and every spike, fi kulli sumbulatin mi'atu habba, every spike has 100 grains. So it mean 7 spikes mean 700 grains. So it mean if you spend £1 or $1 for Allah, so you will get the reward equal to 700. So or multiple of that, because wallahu yudaifu liman yasha. So Allah multiplies more to the people, but this multiplication depends on the purity of the heart, and also when the treatment with the people who are you're giving that one to the people, like treatment is very important, and your money is coming from rizq halal. That is very important. And actually, for example, if you are giving that one in Ramzan, that is multiplies more and more. And similarly, on the Friday is the best day, the reward becomes more. And if you are spending that one on Shab-e-Qadr, Laylatul Qadr, then the multiplication of this reward is too much, uncountable, we can't believe. Even on the Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha, if you spend the money just for Allah, you will get the more reward of that one also. And some people, they go to Makkah and Medina just for Umrah and Hajj, and there they make intention that I will spend this one for that cause, this cause. They make intention. When they come back from there, they spend that one also, because their intention was made in Makkah. If the intention was made in Makkah, if you do one good deed, you will get reward equal to 100,000 times. So you can get how much you will get if you make intention of the things there, and when you come back, then you have to act upon that. The reward is so much, we can't count that one, but Allah knows that uncountable reward you will get at the day of judgment, because that is not seen to you now in this world, but when you will die, after that you will see it completely. And you know, the sadaqah and the spending just for Allah, it makes your sins forgiven, and it also makes your ending of this world, leaving this world with iman. So it means death, at the time of death you will die with iman, and the angry Allah's angerness, it becomes cools down with the paying of sadaqah, paying with something, spending just for Allah. And we have to do it just for Allah, and when we will do it, inshallah we will get rewards, but purity in our heart must be there. No pretending, no greed, no anything in our heart or a show off. So no show off. So if we are sincere to pay, to spend just for Allah, the reward is uncountable. Inshallah we will get in this world also and the world hereafter, and inshallah we will get the good place in paradise. Inshallah. Ameen.